In this brief demonstration, we're going to take a look at how the EDD, the element definition document, which we're looking at here, has special rules in it, specifically paragraph formatting and format rules that help control structured documents. We're working with an extremely simple example, one of the built-in templates, structured templates that come with FrameMaker. You notice here that we've got something called report author. And actually, if I turn on tags, here we can actually see all of our element tags displayed. We can also see this over here in the structure view. If I were to pull down the element catalog, the element catalog will show me whatever I can legally create at any point. So for instance, if I were to select perhaps a part of a word, I might be able to, I'll select some text here. I'll discover that I could apply a tag called emphasis, for instance. And if I were to move further down here where we're in a list, it may be legal for me to create another item in the list. And I'll just type in that this is another item. Okay, you'll notice that we'll turn off our tags. As we do this, we're automatically getting correct formatting, including numbers or whatever. I'm going to collapse the element catalog for a moment and go back up here and let's take a look at this element called author and see how it's being dealt with in the EDD that controls this document. In the EDD, we actually see all of the elements. In fact, we can actually collapse every element there is, as I'm doing right here. Here we see them appearing in alphabetical order. I'm going to go ahead and collapse down author. Now you notice right now we're using an extremely simple strategy in which a paragraph format tag is being assigned to paragraph formatting. Now what I'm going to do is to delete that and replace it with something else. And you're going to discover that if I open up the paragraph designer, the paragraph designer has a basic level and a font level and of course a numbering level. And take a look at this basic level and notice we have first, left, and notice on the font level we also have family, size, etc. We're going to go back to that later. So what we're going to do is to see what we can do with this paragraph formatting. The first thing that I'd like to do is to actually put in some basic properties. As I put in basic properties, notice that the categories I have to choose from up here, indents, paragraph spacing, paragraph alignment, again, all of this closely parallels what I just showed you in the paragraph designer. So for instance, I may decide that I want to change the line spacing. As I do the line, sort of a value, so I could put in that I want it to be fixed or not fixed, or what do I want the height to be, so I'll decide that I want it to be fixed. Okay, and actually I've decided that I don't want that, so I'm going to delete that. Instead of line spacing, I think I'll choose a different value. I'm going to delete that, and perhaps I'd like to insert indents. Okay, as I put in indents, I may want to change my first indent and my left indent. So as I do the first indent, you can see here it says text because it's actually waiting for me to enter in some type of a value. So I'm going to put in 0.5 inches. Okay, right here. There we go. So we'll just make it 0.5 inches. There we go. And once we've done the first indent and click underneath it, we could put another indent as well, which would be the left indent. And for the left indent, we will also make it 0.5 inches. Okay. Finally, clicking underneath that, because we may want to do something else, moving out of indent, the other thing we could also do is paragraph alignment. Here you can see paragraph alignment. If I click in, notice that paragraph alignment gives me choices of center, justified, left, or right. And what's interesting about this is that these are the exact choices that I have right down here, left, centered, right. Notice that the choices that you see in the paragraph designer that people work with in unstructured FrameMaker are exactly what you have available to you in the same order in the element catalog. So in this case, where we're working with alignment, I've decided that I want this to be centered. Okay, so in this particular case, we're showing a strategy in which the EDD can actually have a series of cascading rules that will actually control what's taking place instead of simply tagging it to paragraphs. Although this may look complex at first glance, you can see that there's quite a simple logic to it that very closely follows the way that you work with the paragraph designer. This concludes our brief demonstration. Please do take a look at some of our other videos about DITA and the EDD.